All right, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Easter wherever you are in the world. I know that this is going to be a different type of Easter. It's going to be one of the most unique Easters in my life. It's going to be completely different than any other Easter I can remember. And it has all to do with being locked down due to the coronavirus that's out there in the world, the pandemic that is killing thousands of people and infecting millions of people. And when the coronavirus was first found out, there wasn't an official name for it. And I remember the mainstream media was out there calling the COVID-19, is what we call it now. They were calling it the China virus, the Chinese virus, the Wuhan virus. That was the name that the mainstream media called it. And at that time, nobody was saying that it was racist. It was this and that. You can't say that, because CNN was actually calling it by those names and nobody was complaining about it. But yet, when Donald Trump started calling it by the same name that CNN was calling it by, then the mainstream media started calling him a xenophobe and a racist, because that's just what they're going to do when it comes to anything Trump says. They like to flip it around and everything, and they try to make him an enemy of the people. That's what the mainstream media's mission is. But now one of the lefties, Mr. Bill Maher, who hosts Real Time on HBO, has come out and said that it's perfectly okay to call the coronavirus the China virus. This is one of their own. And Bill Maher, he is not a conservative. He's not a Trump supporter. He is just keeping it real. And I'm 100% on board with this. It's not racist to name a virus after a location. It's been done for many, many years. So this is what he said. What if people hear China virus and blame China? The answer is we should blame China. We can't afford the luxury anymore of non-judginess towards a country with habits that kill millions of people. Maher thundered Friday in a monologue at the end of his HBO show, Real Time. The longtime liberals said there were bigger, tainted fish to fry, saying if the sun exploded, many of the online lefties would whine about the first person who called it a dwarf star. Jesus effing Christ, can't we even have a pandemic without getting offended? When they named Lyme disease after a town in Connecticut, the locals didn't get all ticked off. Maher laughed. 100% on board with that. He's right. Diseases have been named after locations. You know, there's West Nile virus, because obviously the Nile River is in Africa. There's MERS, Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome. I believe that's the name of it that it's called. There's others, Spanish flu. Now, the stipulation with Spanish flu is the influenza of 1918 to 1920 did not start in Spain, but the other countries, including the U.S., they were in the middle of World War I, and they were kind of trying to suppress the situation, and Spain ended up becoming the whistleblower, and that's how they named it the Spanish flu, even though it didn't originate in Spain. But I do believe that wokeness is probably doing more damage when it comes to this virus, because the media is preying on the fears of people. That's what they're doing. So now they're being so petty to where you can't even name the virus after its location. Now, I don't know if this video is going to be monetized or not. I really have no idea, and it doesn't even matter. But we know how YouTube is. And with this topic, even though they say oh, we're going to allow you to talk about coronavirus. I still had a video that got demonetized, and then they end up monetizing it. Go figure. But maybe it's going to take more liberals to actually destroy the woke narrative when it comes to this virus for people to wake up and not believe the mainstream media. So in essence, Bill Maher is completely going up against CNN. And, you know, CNN is all full of wokeness, all a part of, you know, trying to destroy conservatives. I believe they don't even want to play Trump's daily coronavirus updates live. I don't know if they're doing that or not because I don't watch CNN. CNN is full of shit. But what do you guys think is going to take to stop the wokeness when it comes to the coronavirus? The coronavirus now has become a political weapon. It's being weaponized by the media. And since we're in this pandemic, the media is definitely not putting what's best for the people first. They're putting politics first. And that's just not the way it should be. This is crazy. I mean, if this was to happen 10 years ago, and 10 years ago we had H1N1, let's just say, for example, that it started in Mexico. I don't remember exactly where it started. I think it actually did start in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But what if it was actually called, let's say it started in Cancun. I don't know. What if it was called the Cancun virus 10 years ago? I highly doubt that 10 years ago, definitely 20 years ago, nobody would have started calling out racism for calling it the Mexican virus or the Cancun virus. Nobody would have complained about it. But we're in a different era right now, and we have a very, very polarizing president right now that the mainstream media absolutely hates. They absolutely hate Donald Trump. And it's evident by the things that they say on TV. And of course, you know, you have Hollywood saying all these crazy things, you know, like Alec Baldwin saying that black people that vote for Donald Trump are mentally ill. But the mainstream media has not called him out on that, and they won't. And that just lets you know where the mainstream media's priorities are. And I'm pretty sure they may not even say anything about one of their own in Bill Maher, because they probably just want this thing to go away. One of their own is siding with Donald Trump on this. He's saying it's okay to call the coronavirus, the Wuhan virus, the Chinese virus. He's siding with Trump. This is one of their own. I'm very, very curious now to see what CNN is going to say about this, but they're not going to cover this. They're not. Because Bill Maher just destroyed their narrative when it comes to the virus. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Bill Maher destroying wokeness when it comes to the coronavirus. This is what we need. We need more liberals to come out and speak the truth on this. They're going to have to cross the line. There's a line in the sand. They're going to have to cross it to stop this craziness. Conservatives, you know, conservatives are already saying this kind of thing, but the mainstream media, they don't take conservatives seriously. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.